In this video, I will somewhat walk you through how I made this mid-century modern kitchen table. Well, more so just the base of the table. I found this oak tabletop in an alleyway, and I thought it would be a fun little project. Mainly because we needed a new kitchen table. So, let's get started. I milled down my 2 boards that will include all 4 legs and the front and back aprons. Each component is cut at the bandsaw and then rough cut using my table saw and miter saw. I took my template and outlined the shape on both sides of the piece. I like to outline the template on both sides to have visibility on either end as I'm working on the final shape. I already have a straight edge on the back of the legs. However, since I don't have a spindle sander, I didn't want to sneak up on the line using the bandsaw and then using my handheld sander to finalize the shape. I also tried using my flush trim bit on a sample piece and wasn't really liking the results I was getting. That said, I decided to improvise. I took my Japanese handsaw and cut to right about where the shape of the leg starts to curve. I then took my piece and used my Rockler straight line taper jig to make a nice straight cut. And you'll see what I mean in about 1, 2, 3 seconds. So here we go. And of course, after making this cut, I realized I might as well go and buy a combination router bit to make the cuts on the curved area of the leg look nice and clean. And of course, I forgot to film the process. Oh well, moving on. Here I am once again using this jig to get a nice clean straight cut on the front face of the leg. After finishing all 4 legs, I jump over to finalize the dimensions on both the front and back aprons using the remaining material from these original pieces. No, a helicopter didn't fly by, but things did get a little shaky there. Once I joined all the pieces together, I decided to add a nice round over edge throughout the entire piece because, well, I think it gives it a nicer look, it feels better, and that's just simply what I wanted to do. So, that's that. I decided to notch the stretchers into the legs, which I should have cut prior to joining the aprons. Since I didn't do that, this became somewhat of a sketchy setup, but in the end it worked out okay. Now you may be wondering why there are nail holes in this stretcher piece, and that's because the piece of oak came from a pallet which I decided to repurpose, and frankly, I'm happy with it. I tested the frame for stability, and I noticed there was a little bit of wobbling going on. I pulled some more oak off the rack and began cutting to length, ultimately joining the pieces to the legs with some dowels. This stretcher will be much wider and provide the proper stability needed. Once that was done, I began the installation for my figure 8 tabletop fasteners. This is a pretty simple and straightforward process. Like I said in the beginning, I will somewhat walk you through my process of building this table. Somewhat being the key word. Yes, I sanded for hours but did not film myself doing so. Yes, I measured things over and over, made plenty of mistakes, etc. In the end, I am very happy with the results. If you want to know more about this project, please comment below. I hope you enjoyed the video.